Hi guys, Redneck Computer Geek here. The thumbnail in this video is probably going to be something along the lines of gimmick or game changer or gimmick, whatever I decide. The reason being is because this brand reached out to me in order to sponsor us and send us these two units to try and prototype. They've actually already made a couple of changes, it looks like, in the version that's being sold on Amazon. But the big game changer to this is you don't need a giant pile of standalone chargers. The only thing this uses to charge batteries is any USB port, and it doesn't care about the wattage, and that is game changer. It doesn't care whether it's 2 watts, it doesn't care whether it's 5 watts, it doesn't care whether it's 50 watts, and it will most definitely charge on a 100-watt USB charger. Any charger is able to make these work. So, these are really weird. If you were to take a 2000 cranking amp Loki Thor, and you were to have it make a baby with a CC, you end up with this. It is a 300-pound impact, if their rating is correct, and I bet it probably is based on the fact we've reviewed a few impacts over the years, and we've gotten pretty good at figuring out who's lying and who's not. But the game changer is this battery pack. It's a 2-amp battery pack. They make a 4-amp battery pack, and it charges using USB. There's no standalone. In fact, actually, if John grabs the box, they don't even bother sending you some plasticky box that you're going to throw away after you open it. It's literally $90, an impact, a slam-it-in battery. You throw it on your USB charger, on anything. Again, any USB charger, from 2 watt all the way to 100 watt. Does not care. You can charge this in your truck. You can charge it in your car. You can charge it off of a laptop. You can charge it off your cell phone charger. If it has a USB output like my solar panel does, it will charge this thing. Did I mention it'll charge off of any USB? So, seriously though, it's a pretty cool concept. It does have some quibbles if you're going to buy this. I set this one out on purpose. This is the original Skill impact that Skill for some reason thought was worth $165. They've since discontinued this. And it was only 140 foot-pounds after testing by some independent study. So please, if you watch Torque Test channel, get them to buy one of these and put it on testing. Because it's got the same body housing style as the CC, and I would love to see what it actually puts out. But the reason why this is here is because I think that Skill was a lying sack of manure for their foot poundage, because they claimed this thing was 320 foot-pound when they brought it out, which very quickly got proved wrong. But the reason why I still have it, and I haven't thrown it in the bonfire where it really belongs, is because the handle on it is the most comfortable possible handle I have ever owned. This thing, on the other hand, is about as comfortable as a hotel hairdryer. And it is tiny. So, watch this. John's hand fits, go ahead, so you can put your thumb onto your finger. Full-grown man hand, I can wrap around and cover almost to the bottom of my thumb. It is teeny, it is tiny. It also, for some reason, has sharp edges right here that I think is just a casting defect, and that's the reason why I pointed out that I have noted this one is different than the one they're now selling on Amazon. So I am going to bet that probably one of the things they fixed... I just spit a mint on the table. I'm not editing that out because we've tried to do this video like 6 times in the last 5 days. I'm betting that they probably fixed the casting issues, and that's why the Amazon version looks a little different. This is a drill driver, and normally I do not get hyped about a drill driver, but this is the first one I have ever had that actually has 3 control speeds on it. So if we tap that, we got drill it out. We've got slow and steady. We have a little bit more. And back to I screwed up, drill it out. And the funny thing is it does it both in forward and reverse. Along with this, also does the same thing. Now, if you're one of those people, like John, that does not like the whole reverse, I stop when I think the bolt is out, which, by the way, I don't know what company came up with that feature and started implementing it, but it needs to stop being the primary action, and it needs to be a secondary choice. Because John and I, we've gotten in the habit of double tapping when you're in reverse because it never actually stops when the bolt is out. It stops when there's like 3 threads left, and you go to grab the bolt and wonder why the hell it stopped. This thing does the same thing, just like the CC over there. Kaimo still makes this. And that's part of the reason why I put these next to each other, is I wanted you to see the difference in body length and size, because this is about 200-ish. They still sell this version, 200 foot-pounds. They still sell this version for about $100 with battery. This sells for about $90 with battery. This sells for $80 with your starter battery. Each battery to expand is about $60. Actually, I think they knocked them down to like $50. I'll have to double check. But I don't know. John, show them how much you struggle at trying to get that battery out.
It's awkward. But also, the battery looks like a PS5, if you ever look at one. Also, it's a great addition for your Tesla. If you want to put it in your Tesla.
It's the Tesla impact driver?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm going to get copyright sued now. But, seriously, when I was living off-grid in the cabin, and I could have charged this with solar panels and never had to use an inverter, never had to fire up the Ranger to run the 110 inverter, to drive for an hour to be able to charge up when I had the Skill power tools, and I could have just hooked it straight to a solar panel, and I never would have had to pay anything to charge it, and it could have just lived there and been fine. Now, this thing also has another sales gimmick quirk to it that makes it kind of weird if you hook it to something like this. So, I can take the Loki Thor, and I can hook up the Loki Thor to this, and it'll charge it. But the thing is, this is also advertised as being for emergencies for your cell phone. And the problem is, once this finishes charging, the Loki Thor will then start to siphon off of this, and the two of them will go back and forth trying to top off each other, progressively killing each other. So there's that. if you're going to charge it, it has to be on a dedicated stupid charger, not off of some sort of booster pack, whatever, unless you're like literally sitting there monitoring it in order to rip it off when it's fully charged, because it'll auto switch in order to save the person that saved it. Otherwise than that, we've been using it. The white is dirty. We accidentally sprayed it with spray paint, and it won't come off now. But we do like it. We've been using both of them now for a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Is it 300 foot-pound? I would bet it's probably actually 250, to be honest. I've taken lug nuts off with it. I've removed a couple of flywheels with it. I've removed plenty of side cover bolts with it. It's a good little sub 300-pound impact. And this just is what it is. The selling point is it has 3 controls. Otherwise than that, it puts a wood screw in. What the hell do you want me to review?
It is white though, so you gotta be careful about that. And the white is smooth.
I don't even want to talk about the number of times we've cleaned them in order to keep them pretty for video. We're done cleaning them. Also, there's another design flaw with this that I can't get over. When you pop the... Okay, so first of all, you have to like push in and press to pop this, which is all well and good. Except for the problem is the little clip thing that it pushes down in order to clip it in order to go into this. So the battery develops a set of scars. This has only been clipped in and out maybe 20 times. And it's already scratched and scarred all the way down through it from getting clipped into its own clip. Who in the hell designed something so pretty that gets destroyed the first time you use it? Okay, guys. That's enough game changer versus gimmick. What do you guys think? Do you think this is the way that people should be building these like I do? Or do you think that we all should be stuck with these things and a giant shelf filled with chargers? I don't even have one shelf. I have 3 in my garage.
It's pretty terrible with the wiring.
Yeah. I have 4 sets of like outlet extension. What do you call those things? The multi-outlet power bars. I have 4 power bars in order to be able to run all of the battery chargers that I now have in this garage. It's a hazard when I could literally just have a couple of these. I like this idea. John says it's ugly and it needs to be red. No, actually, he doesn't like red. What color did you say they should be?
I don't know.
Didn't you say they should be like blue or orange or red or something?
I think orange should be pretty good.
Orange. Okay. John says they should be orange. Comment down below. Is John right? They should be orange. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.